Alright. I just want to say good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon. And I do own the right to the music. Today we got a special topic today that was actually suggested to me by one of the persons on the show today. And he sent it to me. I was like, wow. So let's introduce ourselves and we get into the topic. My name is Jamal Gibson. Uh, this is called The Silent Truth, and I let everybody introduce themselves. Y'all go ahead.
My government name is Morocco Williams, but I go by Morocco still for my book writing and my movie.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Lynetta Gibson.
Rocco, step up to the mic just a little more so we can hear you, brother. But today, and I'm gonna let him start off. But he sent me something that started like this. Myself and guys I talked to helped build our own prison. We are older, single, miserable, and lonely. We have had sex with too many females to the point that to the point of we don't trust women or ourselves. We don't believe nothing a female say, do to us. Sleeping with married women and women with boyfriends. That's deep. We don't know how to date, but want to date. They don't know how to date, but they want to date. Expect women to just automatically want to be with us if we like them. So we sabotage every good situation because of the trauma of dealing with so many females. So basically, what I'm drawing for this Morocco is that uh, because of the frequency and the volume of sexual partners and dating and stuff, that a lot of guys have like gotten into a situation they don't even trust themselves, and if they do get serious with somebody, it's gonna be hard to trust them because of the things that they've done in the past. And man, that's a kind of bad spot to be in.
It's a horrible spot, especially like I'm just gonna speak for myself, but I got a lot of friends. We're in our 40s now.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are single. We want to settle down. We want to be married. We want a family. We want structure. And dating now is horrible. And when we meet, you got the girls and you got the 304s. It's hard to distinguish because the good girls hang out with the 304s.
Yeah,
The
man.
good girls are walking around.
Not the girls' trip now.
Yeah, I mean, but you got the good girl. I do security at clubs on the weekend, so I
Oh.
see nurses and doctors and girls with PhDs and master's degrees and stuff. I see them half naked,
Right.
and I'm like, I don't want my girl out like that. If we doing something together, we want to beat you in a two piece, so it's hard to distinguish. So we treat you all the same. And
Well, that's true, man. I always was taught if they putting it out there, you're not special. They putting it out there for everybody.
exactly. And then we to the point to where all my friends, all of us got master's degrees. All of us, we are in the talented tent. But so we hold ourselves on a higher scale. But we have prostituted ourselves out for free for so long. We just desensitized to a lot of stuff. We have messed with so many married women. We have seen women lie to their husbands while they right beside us. We have messed with so many women in committed relationships that we don't trust. And a lot of people say, you don't trust yourself. I trust me to do what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do, but it's like, you know, just trying to date now, I would say, I meet a girl, I'm like, okay, she looks nice. Let me talk to her for a minute. First thing she said, you're going to take me out some crab legs. No, I'm not. I'm like,
Man,
no,
crab
I'm
legs
not.
high. Come on now. Wait a
But
minute.
it ain't even affect as high. But
Man, let's
me,
start with a salad or something. Let's start at lower end.
And I was a cop for 10 years, bro. So I run your whole facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's a simple.
Hey, that's something I talk to some ladies about. I say, don't stack up them bodies on you like that.
Man.
Because when you stack them bodies up like that, that brings down your value.
Yeah, men can do it. We damaged on the inside, but don't no dude want a woman who he can't take out in public because she done slept with
I
everybody.
recently heard it on social media about the. I'm not trying to be too vulgar, but it is what it is.
It's what it
The
is.
lock and the key reference.
Yeah.
A key can open many locks, but that lock's supposed to only open for one key.
Yeah. I meet a girl, so all us men who done prostituted ourselves for free. Man, we all talk. We all like, hey, brother, you know this girl? What's up with this girl? We send each other messages. And then as soon as I find out, I done messed with her. She messed with such and such. And then I'll like, she messed with that dude? He getting it for free. He ain't on my level, but you want me to take you out?
See, that's very important, and a lot of times people don't realize the partner you had. A lot of people put you on that scale, like, and like if you was involved with somebody on this level, a lot of people that's gonna be like, well, I can't be seen with you because that brings me down to the level. That's the way of thinking, and we got to think about the mental aspect of what we do when we can't trust somebody else because of the fear of what we've done.
Yeah.
So when I first started to get serious, I had a debate with myself and pray. Like, I know that you know everybody that had hot boy something, everybody done that. So I had to say, well, I'm with a person now I can trust, and I have to be able to trust myself with this person. But let's talk about that mental aspect of you want to be serious, but you know the games that you played and the games that other people played. Now you trying to be serious. And you're like something that they do. It looks like we get we what we do. We begin to filter that other person through this new person. Like we put like it says you can't put new wine in the old wineskin. So we got a new situation, and because of what we've done in the past, we carry the old stuff into a new situation, and therefore sabotage.
That's true, man. Like I done been on both sides of the spectrum. I done been the dude who, the girl will go out with a guy. At the end of the night, we all want to have sex. At the end of the night, we done took somebody out. I done been the one that she didn't call me after this dude didn't pay for the meal. But I done been the dude who paid for the meal, who didn't get none, and then she called the dude who don't take her out. So I done been on both sides. So now I'm like, no.
Ladies, what y'all think about this? I was saying if y'all just met, both of y'all pay for your own food, or whoever idea was to go out, you should pay.
I don't even offer to take them out.
What y'all think, ladies?
Now, from a married woman aspect, I feel like you know why you was going. You know that may be the end result. So if you knew that this that you wasn't planning on putting out when you first got there, then you need to already have those lines clearly drawn. Make sure you have your pocketbook or that you could pay for your own meal just in case.
In your own car.
Definitely, definitely. Make sure those lines are clearly drawn. Hey, ain't nothing happening tonight. If that's a problem, then I'm gonna pay for my own food. Let's just make sure everything is lined out before we get there.
Well, I don't think that's the issue. It comes down to like we want a date. We desire dates. We desire companionship because we older now. It's just we are not about to spend money on you, and we know somebody else is clapping them cheeks who don't take you out, who not on our level in life. I mean, that's the problem. That's what it comes down to. We in these streets too. Like we know what's going on. So I'm like, she messed with that dude, and we be like, this dude don't got no money. This dude, he a hood dude, so we know he ain't doing that, but just piping her down. But she want me to take her out. She want me to no. We want the same cheeks he get.
Right.
And so I'm like, why should I pay for it if he get it for free? Nah, I ain't doing it.
Well, at the end of the day, I tell people, what you think about the dinner thing, sis?
I feel like whoever I did it was they should pay. But like Nina said, you should always have your money. You should always be able to look out for you. It sounded like to me that the issue with dating today is I don't want to be the first to get played. Who gonna play who first? You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
who gonna play who first? Like I can't. Like you were saying, like the other guys are doing the bare minimum or doing nothing, but you want me why do you require this from me when I think?
And that could go both ways, especially male and female, right? Because you get into a relationship with a guy, and he wants you to do all this stuff, but his baby mama won't even keep her hair combed. But he demanding all this stuff from you, and you like, dude, come on now. She, ain't gonna get into socioeconomic status, but I'm just gonna say she didn't do all of this. Now you want me to cook, clean, make money, blah 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 blah. But you settled for this in the past, and that's what Getting back to the topic, that's what we were trying to discuss. We put ourselves in prisons in our mind,
Right.
and it's hard to break free from that mindset because of what we've done. So how do we break free from that mindset?
Man, you know what? And I'm still dealing with that. I've been locked up a few times. I've gotten over that. But this mental prison, it's every day and it causes depression.
Yes.
It's like people look, they like, oh Morocco, you look nice, you this and that, you got beautiful children, and outside I look good on paper. I look good. I mean, I go to the gym. I know I'm a fat boy, swole. I keep my appearance up. I'm always gonna smell good, and but on the inside, when I go in that house alone and I'm in that dark, man, it's like it's prison.
Mm.
And then me and my friends, we get in group chats and we talk for hours, and we all dealing with the same thing. We have the same stories, and our trust factors are gone. And just last night, we was talking about how the married women we deal with treat us better than the single women.
Oh.
Until you become their actual husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this thing about
but
it, if
dudes treat side chicks better than they treat their wives, though.
that way it look,
Huh?
that's the way it look until it's like
But
the other
understand
side
that.
of the fish thing. And once you get over there, you find out that grass ain't the green as you thought it was.
Yeah,
It's
I had a
pooping that
homeboy-
grass too.
I had a homeboy who left his wife and he married a side chick. He said that was the worst mistake he ever
Hey,
made. He said
man.
he should have kept her as a side chick. He said everything was good when she was a side chick.
First of all, you should have had side chick, but then don't compound the
I'm
interest.
gonna
So, but
disagree.
yeah, man.
I'm just joking.
Man, look,
I'm just joking.
I was looking at this, man. This stuff, this is, we could actually break this down into. We're gonna talk about this a lot more. It said here, well, I'm gonna come back to that one. We want a woman by our side, telling us everything is going to be all right, but they're in our good and bad times. But we've had so many partners until we try to, and that's the thing about it. You filter in other experiences with other people into that, like you filter in other sexual experiences with that person, expect that person to do this and that, and you have to teach a person how to be good to you. The first person might have cooked chicken better than the next person, but then that's something you need to accept or work on with that person. But we want a good woman by our side, but we don't know how to don't know how to facilitate it.
I remember, man, my birthday was January 17th. I turned 42. Now, at this time, I slowed down. I'm going to church now. I'm not dealing with the women I used to deal with. I still got a couple. And I didn't get nothing for my birthday. And I'm like, okay, now this married nurse did get me. But I'm like, and I kind of knew it, but that was my way of winging people out of my life because I kind of knew what they were going to do. I'm like, what purpose are you serving in my life? And then two of them said, I didn't know what to get you. I'm like, you come to my house, you talk to me, you see I write, you see I be acting, but you see I collect wrestling belts. Like, how could you not see this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I just get angry. I'm like, you could have went on Amazon and got me $100 belt. Like, I love wrestling belts.
Right.
And I'm like, what am I doing to myself?
Well, that person, you see, that's what I'm saying.
Because I observed everything. Like,
Yeah.
She just didn't want to get you enough for your birthday. I mean,
it was vague.
it was okay. They didn't want to get you anything because my thing is, it doesn't take much to show someone appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Like wrestling them. Your birthday was January 17th. December 17th, you should have been working. I feel like if they wanted to, they would.
Me too, to a certain degree. But then I look at it like some people just don't pay attention to details because they is not detail oriented. But then again, I never required them to do nothing but come over and lay up. Like I never. So I got to put that on myself because all they gave me was sex. So I was prostituting myself out for that. They didn't have to do nothing but like come over, lay up with him for a little minute, take a shower, go back home to my husband, go back home to my boyfriend, so even the single ones, it was the same thing. They like, okay, he got nice furniture, he got a clean shower, I can get away from my kids for a while. So I never required nothing of them.
Let me ask you this: do you think if you met a good one now, you could work on a meaningful relationship with them?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you off camera who she is. I met a girl July 2023
Right.
in this gym. And at this time, I'm Morocco. Money flowing good. I'm on a lot of testosterone, and this is no exaggeration. I put it out on Facebook so many times. I'm literally working 60 hours a week, and I'm having sex 3-4 times a day with different women. Like this was my lifestyle.
You must be working from home.
I was working across the street at Century Ready Mix, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I would have sex before work. I'll take a break, go to the gym, have sex then.
Man, when did you eat?
Work again. One would be like my husband gone, my boyfriend gone, will come over. Like I was killing myself.
Yeah.
But I was overdosing on steroids too. I would say that. So it was like a 20. I was in my 40s with the body of a 20-year-old. You know how it was when you was 20. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that, and I met a girl in the gym. She had like a globe and a halo over her head, and I was like, "That's
sound like a
wife."
church girl.
I said, She is a church girl." I said, "That's my wife." And getting women was nothing to me. Like I didn't even approach her because I knew she wasn't going for my BS. She wasn't. I knew I wasn't mentally ready for her. And I was just amazed by her. This without even talking to her.
Okay.
So I would say, men, we know when we somebody good come around.
Hey, that
we know.
You getting now? We gonna do another segment on that. But when I met my wife, I knew within less than 30 days where to go with that situation. And I don't want to. I ain't trying to hurt nobody out there. I'm just gonna say this. This is Gibsonology. You got a woman go shopping, a man go shopping. I went to Brookshire's yesterday. I know I went to get some hamburger patties, some cheese, and a money order. I went in there and got there to come out. Women, I don't mean no harm, do a lot of shopping. A man know within 30 days if he holding on for 2 or 3 years, most of the time, and y'all don't get mad, I won't get no hate mail. Most of the time, he's still shopping for something else. We don't wait that long. We know what we want. We know what we going for. That's facts. I met my wife and got engaged to her within 60 days or less. And then we got married in 5.5 months. Been married 21 years. I knew, and it happened so fast. I was like, Lord, I ain't ready to stop clubbing and partying. And I met the one already, but I knew that's the truth. And it may not be true for everybody. I don't want to make it an absolute, but most of the time, guys, we be knowing.
It's true for all of us, man. Men know. Like I done told. I got 2 sisters. I'm like, it don't take no year to figure out if a dude want to marry you. I said that dude know within the first conversation if you the one for him or not. I said it don't take all that for me. That's just some guy blessed us with. We know.
And we visual now. We it's men are visual. That's just how we are. I know that may be a lower level of caveman thinking, but we just that's how we are.
That's why we created.
And then when we get to talking, the conversation, we like, okay, that's the one. But a lot of times, a lot of guys want the one to sit on the shelf while they keep doing other stuff. Y'all what y'all think about that?
So that's where clear lines need to be drawn upon that first conversation. Within that first conversation, hey, what we doing? Are we talking for marriage? Are we just kicking it? Are we just Netflixing and chilling? So both parties will know, okay, hey, if you just go set me on the shift, let me go over here too.
Nah,
You know,
that don't work. I do, you don't. I can care less because there's plenty more out there. But women don't want truth and honesty. They want the lie. The lie keeps them going.
But you know, my mom, what she did say, like, if a man really loves you, he's gonna lie to you. Like, no man that loves you will tell you the truth because they don't want to see you hurt. So my thing is, and you're right, though, we say we want honesty, but like if we need honesty, I mean, it's totally different. I'm not going, so it's gonna be an issue. So you're right about that.
I'm at the point in my life, I ain't lying to nobody. I don't got time to lie to you. It is what it is. You got to accept me for what it is. Because the thing about it, women, y'all know we be lying. Like, y'all know. And then we gonna be there forgot about the lie in 2 weeks. Y'all gonna bring it back up.
I'm putting it in my notes. I have that bad. Like, I'm typing. I keep receipts.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
like y'all know we be lying. Like, I just
And women
like,
can remember, boy.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, did you mess with her? No. Yes, you did. Okay, yeah, I did. Do you love her? Nah, baby, I don't love her. Are you gonna go back over there again? Nah, I ain't going back over there again. But what I just said is, you know we lying. If there's somebody who we continuously messing with, yes, I like her. Yes, we like each other. You know we like each other. So why would you ask, do I have feelings for her? You asking for a lot. Like you asking, it's like you living your unhappy life.
Right.
But you know, this another debate for another time. Letting people spend the night at your house, and then like it was said earlier, gotta draw them clear boundaries because people go to leaving toothbrushes and perfume and like trying to straighten up different things and leaving stuff in the refrigerator and just leaving stuff in your car, all that kind of stuff. It get kind of upside down. But so we human experience in this stuff, especially with men. And whatever I want to see what everybody think about this, because this is the post that you sent me, man. We are crying out for help in this prison that we created for ourselves. We're crying out for help, but no one cares because we did it to ourselves. So there results in us going back to doing the same thing again. We feel bad afterwards because we just dug ourselves into a deeper hole. We come home to an empty house. Like you said earlier, we sit in the dark, cry in the dark, cry out to God in the dark. And I think it's time for guys to start understanding that uh, the Bible, I mean, the way God got things set up, the way God got things set up works. Uh, because He saw this before we saw it. So letting go out on partners and learning to build trust, have conversations and stuff. Now, going back to what you said, since what y'all were talking about, I can't remember who it was, but it was a male and a female. They were talking, and I think he told a lady, and I gotta find it. He said, "If I love you, I won't lie to you." She said, "Of course you will. You lie to that man at the job every day, right? You lie to people at work every day. Why you can't fake it with me?" And she said, "Because I love you, I get the worst of you." And they were profound to me, and I got to go back and find it and present it next time. She said, "Because I love you, I get the least of you because I love you. You don't you it's you if you love me, then fake it with me. Put on a smile with me." Now I believe that to a certain degree. I feel like uh, when I get home from dealing with we all got master degrees, just about sitting here. We all educated people. We deal with a lot of stuff in this professional world, right? And we had to smile at these folks to get these payments. So I said, well, I need to learn how to get happy because
Right.
happiness is a choice. I need to learn how to get happy when I pull up in their driveway. What y'all think about that? Is it really faking or is it just realizing, hey, this person is worth me giving them the best of me instead of the least of me?
Well, when we come home, we want to unwind. We want that,
Yeah.
baby, this how my day was. But we don't want to burden our mate with our problems because as men, we feel like don't nobody care nowhere.
Yeah, we feel like that.
Yeah, so, and then we don't know what she dealing with.
And we don't want to look vulnerable either as men. We don't want
yeah,
nobody.
so we don't, and then we so used to
Y'all ladies don't do that, do y'all?
We do.
My point exactly. So I mean, all women do it, so we don't got no. So that's why we talk amongst our homeboys and stuff, because we know we all dealing with the same thing. And then
My
that's
daddy
where
told me, he said, "So you had a bad day, you go out there and go to that tree and talk to that tree." I said, he said, that's what he told me.
But I've never been married. But as I got older, like a lot of my married friends got side chicks, and I know they side chicks. Then I realized a side chick's job is worse than a wife, because the side chick really got to deal with all this dude's problems, because that's who he opened up to. Because he don't want to burden his wife, who's raising his kids, with his problems. So the side chick, she cooking, she holding him, she doing everything for him, not just a sexual thing, but that's his therapy. And so that's where he go to release all his frustrations at, to his side chick, because she don't listen.
But I think we should learn. Okay, for guys that have built this prison for themselves, and I've been thinking about this. The way I would get out of it is to just slow it down, work on myself, uh, try to work on the trauma that I've caused, and a lot. It's a fear. I think that's what it boils down to. Men, we don't like to admit that we scared of anything, uh, and we do have a lot of fears as men, but it's the fear of playing the fool. I done done so much. I don't want karma to come back to me. I know what I've done, and then when your girlfriend or your wife tell you, "Well, they held us over late at work," you want to okay, somebody at the job, she had somebody at the job, or say she on lunch break and she really not on lunch break, or you start to think I was I was on the other side of this, and I'd have done some dirt. So now you forever until you get out of here thinking, hey, I ain't the only one that know how to play games, you know. But you have to trust your partner and let it show itself. If it's there, it'll show itself eventually.
Yeah,
But
and
how do we get out of that? How do y'all think we get out of that mental prison and learning how to? And in order to trust somebody, you have to open yourself up to hurt.
but you know what? I don't think we can get out of it, or maybe I can, because I just look at it like people gonna do what they want to do. You can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do. I'm going, no matter what, I'm going to do what I want to do. Whether it's good or bad, I'm going to do what I want to do. And just dealing with women, like what you just said, how she can say, I'm working late, I'm going over here and now. For us dudes that was in these streets, bro, like, we done been right beside women while they on the phone with their husbands saying, I'm working late, I'm going over my cousin's house. And we looking at her like, you ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they lie so good. Like men, we ain't good liars, because women know when we lying. These dudes was really believing their girlfriends and wives, and I'm like, that can't be me. That can't be me. But
Well, you know that song.
20 years later, here I am, single, depressed, lonely, and like,
Yeah.
bro, like because the stuff I did in my 20s and early 30s.
But the young lady that you met with the halo. So in the beginning of
I
that,
didn't say that to her for a year.
Wow,
but
brother.
when you did say something to her, did you let on that hey, that you can be my wife? That or were you continuous to do the same behavior?
Okay,
I mean,
this is when I met her, I was at a broken state. I was a different person. I'm going through a different transition in my life, and we just had a conversation in the gym. We had a conversation, and I told her, I was like, I knew last year you was gonna marry me, but um, the conversation went somewhere else.
So how long it took? How long it took you to know?
To know what
That you gonna marry her?
Oh, I knew the first day I saw her.
I be trying to tell
I
people
knew the
that,
first day I
and
saw
I don't want to hurt
I knew the
nobody's
first day I
feelings,
saw
man.
her.
I really don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but I don't know who I'm talking to out there, and I don't want nobody to corner me at the stove talking about, man, why you say that, man? Because try Jesus, you know what I'm saying. But it's it ain't. Morocco says, but it probably for me ain't gonna say the absolute truth, but most of the time I'm gonna say it's true in my case. Uh, let's see, September 15th. Man, I knew by my birthday, October 10th. I already knew. I'm like, well, time me to slow it down. And I started telling my people rejected it. You just met this person, you don't know the person, blah 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 blah. And I was like, man, y'all don't. Yeah, I know what I'm sensing. And I think I was right. We've been married 21 years, regardless of what my people have said, regardless of what my family said, what my friends said. Because a lot of people try to pull us apart. Even some of my own friends try to pull us apart. But God has blessed it 21 years. And yes, at the beginning, I was like, I don't trust nobody. No, I have been in the street. I'm not gonna say anything online because I don't want to implicate myself in no crimes. But I had been in the street, and I had seen soon as the man go to work, oh, it's on and popping. I'm like, wow. So when I'm getting married, I'm like, Lord, you go to think about all the dirt you done and all the people you done lied to and all the stuff you've done. You like, man, I don't want to be that guy. And then you go to making those scenarios in your head that ain't even much true. You go, and then that's that prison,
Yeah.
man. That's that prison, and it takes time to get out of there, man. And it takes some prayer, takes some doing, and you and that person have to sit down and get an understanding. Y'all know that song by Escape. You had to sit down and get an understanding. Oh yeah, I see. You had to get an understanding. Had to talk it out. So, what do you think, Morocco, about? Uh, and I want to ask you more. I don't know the person, but were y'all able to sit down and just talk about your? Were you able to talk about your fears and what you were worried about to her, to the lady?
Well, she know. I mean, I've been open and honest with her. Now, me and her not dating or nothing like that. So no, I was straight up with her. Like it's what it is with me.
So
I
y'all
ain't no,
plan on getting married? Or?
no we don't even date. I just told her like straight up what it was.
Like with that, some
I'm
of these
confused.
double standards.
Nah, see you. No,
So y'all gonna get married, but y'all not dating?
no,
No.
no. I just I just told her I was gonna marry her. We're not dating. I just told her
Are
she
y'all
was my
friends?
wife. We cordial.
Because some of these double standards that we have as ladies, some of the double standards that we have as men, that you all have as men, sometimes those double standards need to be laid to the side. Okay, you felt like you knew that this was the person for you. Okay, at that time, maybe you should have said, maybe you should have been the right person. That's one of the things that the person
Yeah.
that married us 21 years ago said. It's not about finding the right person; it's about being the right
But
person.
that's why I never said nothing to her for a year because I was I was wild. I knew I wasn't right for her. Like I wasn't even about to approach her knowing. Like I said, she had a glow about her. She had a like, I'm not putting up with this. I'm not, and I knew. I said, I ain't ready for this.
Yeah, you know what? Huh?
You know, I was like, I ain't about to even try because I mean, I knew how I was.
That's how it was when I met my wife. I was like, she had to look on her face like, I ain't about no BS. I
Yeah.
got my stuff together. I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna dismiss you. So I was like, when I first met her, I just fell back. When I first met her, your eyes, you get your eyes get you get that they get your attention first. But then after the look on her face, I was like, nah, I better not try that because I'm. But then crazy part about it, someone else told me that she was interested and wanted to talk to me. So then I approached her, and then within 2 weeks, I already knew it. But sometimes, you fall back and you get cold feet, and I had to work my way out of that mental prison. So I know all about that, Morocco. I know
Yeah,
all
like
about that prison.
I didn't feel back from her. You know, me and her might not we may never be together, but I always had an idea of what I wanted in a wife and in a mate. And when I saw her, that was that. And she's an attractive girl, but this wasn't no physical attraction. Like, this was like when I saw this
Just like you just
girl.
right for me.
Yeah, when I saw her, it was just like, who was that girl? And it was just like, I'm telling you, and I
Okay.
told her this, and me and a couple guys in the gym, they saw it too. She literally had like a halo, like it was a glow. Like, gyms are hot boxes. Like, it's a lot of sex to go on in the gyms. It's a lot of testosterone and sweat going on. Nobody said nothing to that girl, bro. Like, they were like, she ain't going for it. She ain't going for it. Like, we just knew she wasn't going for it.
So,
It has to be. It has to
Right.
be mutual. It got to be on both parties. And my honest, and really and truly, I think she likes me. And but I don't fit her idea of her image. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But then again, maybe she's just not the one for me.
And so
Maybe there's just a moment.
so image, you feel like you don't fit, you're not the image. It's in like someone she wants to be seen with, or
Nah,
what do you mean?
nah, it ain't that.
Or like do you feel like you're not enough for her? What do you mean by image?
I just feel like she's lived in a box and in a bubble,
Okay.
and so she care what people think. I don't.
Oh, and
So
you have to be compatible because you're
yeah,
right.
and so me and her that had a lot of just stuff she deal with in her life, and I'd be like, man, F them people. Like, like I don't
Oh,
care.
you more like me.
Yeah, I mean,
You be like, I'm like, I can't
come
even
from-
find them
But it takes
to give you, man.
time to get to that. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't just
like,
wake
for
up
me,
and feel like
My
that.
mama was a crackhead. My dad was a drug dealer, so I grew up different. I went to college and all that. I've always been on the cocky and arrogant side. So just dealing with my family going in and out of jail, I know the opinions of people don't matter. At the end of the day, it don't. People gonna say what they want to say. I don't care what nobody think. You ain't paying my bills. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again, man. You ain't
like,
paying
I
no
don't
bills for
like.
me.
I don't care
I be
what
telling people
nobody think about me.
I could even tell you if I tried how much I don't care. And anybody listening that know me, man, that said the same people that said about me, if I tried to explain how much I don't care, I couldn't even find I couldn't even tell you. I don't have the wherewithal and the time left on this planet to even tell you how much I don't care.
Yeah.
God gonna bless me regardless. He's pulled me out the line there before. So that's how you have to, especially when you get into a relationship. People hate to see you happy,
Yeah.
especially if you with somebody that they didn't make it with, and they'll come without. And then if they don't have nothing concrete, they'll fill in the blank for you. So when you going into a new situation, man, from my experience, trying to work yourself out that prison, it's work. You got to work on your mental capacity. You got to trust God. You got to be like, Lord, I want to do what's right. And that person may say some things or do some things in the beginning or something like that. And like I said, we're going to filter the streets into our home, and we have to be careful. And this is what I say: when you're in a situation like that, this is what I believe. I'm a counselor, so I always believe in counseling. That person need a counselor. You need a counselor. Then y'all need a third person that's a counselor for the actual relationship. Both people need a personal counselor. Then you need that third one where neither one of you are the client, but the relationship is the client. Because man, we dealing with more than grandma and grandpa had to deal with. We dealing with way more. And then uh just with the phones and people I was talking to a guy the other day. He was getting serious with his girl. Why her boyfriend sent him some bad pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. So her ex-boyfriend sent the new boyfriend some compromising pictures of the girl. That killed it.
That didn't happen to me. That happened to me.
That kills
last
it.
year.
But was it past pictures? Like pictures?
It was
when they-
bad picture, but still,
Okay, so
I'm trying to tell.
that shouldn't matter.
Nah,
that
it
shouldn't
does.
have mattered.
It does.
To men, it matters.
Everybody got a
There you
pass,
go.
though.
To men,
Yeah,
it
that's
matters.
true.
Because
But-
not only that, he sent them to you, but he just sent them out to everybody else too. And then you seen out with this girl, so that affects our ego and stuff. We don't want our other dudes be like, man, he with that chick, bro. I didn't bang this chick. This chick news, bro. I see it. I work at clubs. I see this all the time.
But I mean,
It does
it's
matter.
kind of like with us. Like we go out with a man. It's like the man that had everybody. I mean, so
That goes back to those double standards.
Oh Lord.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this to be with me, and this is embarrassing to say, and I didn't tell my nephews about it. I know I've slept with 1,000 women. I've slept with 1,000 women. Just from that's a lot. That's just, and it started in college in Grambling, and people are how you do that much. That's where you gotta look at it. When I was a junior and senior, when the new incoming freshmen come in for the band camps in the summer. That's June. That's 3 girls a day. I said that's 80 girls a month. And we doing that June, July, and August. And then we doing our regular girls we dealing with. And then I moved to Dallas. I'm a country boy in Dallas, like and I'm a cop in Dallas. And I'm a muscular dude. I'm a nice looking dude. I mean, they was just in and out, in and out. And then even when I moved back to Louisiana a few years ago, it never changed.
You know, people think that's strange, but I've met a lot of guys
It's easy
that
to get
got those
1,000 people.
numbers. Yeah, a lot of guys
It ain't
got those
hard.
numbers. But
My friends done did it. Like
but
it's not
but
hard.
here's the thing though. Mentally, we're not set up for that because we because humans are different. Animals and stuff like that. Humans we're different. You know, when you join with a person like that, you take on some of that, and it takes a long time to get those things off of you. It can happen, but I tell any guy, slow it down, man. It's best to just cut it off and wait on the right one to come along,
I
and she
regret it.
will.
I
Huh?
regret it. I deeply regret it because
So
right
y'all
now
heard he say he regretted. So to y'all
I
young
regret it.
guys that's hearing that and taking it the wrong way, this man said he regrets that. So
I regret it all. I regret every everything I did in my 20s and 30s and stuff like that. Even I remember when I turned 40, I was newly single. I was in a 5-year relationship. I turned 40. I moved to Monroe, and that's when the unk stage came. That's when you
state.
meet these 19, 20-year olds.
Oh Lord.
You start doing that. And I remember when I was younger, I used to be like, how all these older dudes get these young girls? I'd be mad at the older dudes. And then I became that older dude. And I'm like, it ain't the older dudes, it's the girls coming at you. Like I never once approached a young girl. They always approach me. It's just something about the gray hair. And then I went through that phase. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, all I'm doing is spending money. That's all I'm doing. They getting on my
So you
nerves.
can't do
I
that in
can't have no
Monroe. If
conversation.
even if you're single and you're older, man, you can't do that because you might be involved with your classmate's daughter. That's not cool. Bro. We ain't doing that. So, but in bigger cities, you might get away with that. And then Monroe, you be careful because you mess around and be double kin around here because everybody know each other. But
Yes,
so
man.
being in that prison, uh, me we were taught by the older generation that that's the way a man's supposed to behave.
Yeah.
We were taught that.
Mhm.
The ladies, y'all don't know, those are talks that y'all weren't privy to from our uncles and older cousins and men in our life. We were taught to that substance abuse, drinking and getting drunk. That's what a man did. I was told by an older man that if I don't have some kind of outlet like drinking, then I'm out of my mind. And I believe that. I I don't want to say what my uncles them said, but they said some pretty vulgar things about making sure you got more than one woman. Uh, but that's what they did. And if I look at it, they lived in the prison themselves because some of them never got married. Some of them never trusted anybody. And I had an uncle, man. He'll pull up at a church and just be sitting there, and it's women always trying to talk to him. But what he had, the distrust he had for society as a whole, especially in the dating scene, he never dated anybody.
Yeah.
He never got close. Even if he did spend some time with him, it was that, and then that was it. He was sabotaging. He was sabotaging.
Yeah,
He would,
we self-sabotage.
yeah,
Like,
he would.
I know for me, like, three of my friends too, they don't like talking about it. I've been in therapy since September 2023. I lost my brother in July, and I was just making bad decisions after I lost my brother. And I said, I need some help. Like, this ain't right. And I've been trying to get my cousins into it because we all grew up the same way. Like, I know my mom, but I never had a mom. My mom never raised me. And that affected me so much in life that's what really broke my trust. And women always talk about how they never had a dad and stuff like that, how it affects them. But men, we go through the same thing. Like every time somebody get close to me, like I would really get rid of her because I didn't want to be hurt. Then
Mm.
it's dealing with therapy, and they was just like, that's because your mother she hurt you first, and you don't want to experience that again, and you still dealing with it now.
Man, that's a whole. You know what? I'm gonna go back and watch this real good. I got a whole lot of ideas out of this one. That guys leaving home looking for another mom. when they got mother issues. She laughed at that one. Those mommy issues. Um, you know, and we got some professionals sitting here. We know that the mom and son and the dad and daughter relationships are very important. And if you mess those up, you want to see a fool? Let a young man have mommy issues. You talking about somebody that's gonna have some problems, and he gonna inflict that on everybody else. We were watching a show last night, a murder mystery last night about a guy that would get a family. He killed his first family. He'd get another family killed, and he just kept doing that. And he was killing the people he loved. And what I want to do, go back and see why. But as for men, we have to make sure that we don't carry their hurt and pain into a new relationship because that person hadn't done anything to us, and we have to realize, man, that it like the lady said, there is what they say a double standard. It is, and a lot of ladies are hurt by that double standard. But I tell guys, no more hot boy summer, no more hot girl summer for the ladies. Everybody, keep it in check because you got to understand, um, we may do things out of hurt and pain, but that's self mutilation on, you know. Um,
It's not. I don't think it's a double standard. Well, a lot of times when women say that, they just want to be hoes. They try to justify. They try to justify that. But and I was like, man, look, you can't do what men do. But now that I'm older and I didn't build these prison walls, these bars, it's really the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
So
no
I want to
different.
ask this: what are some things that guys do, and this going to enlighten a lot of ladies, because I know some of them. What are things that guys do to sabotage it, and a woman actually thinks she can fix what he trying to sabotage, but the fix is already in, and she thinks if I do this, I do this, I do that, that this will fix the relationship. I ain't trying to give out too many secrets. I want about to be
No,
though.
I give them all. Like, I don't care. What can guys do to sabotage? What really it depends on the girl.
Right.
It depends on the woman. Like we know if we got just a one nighter or like, look, man, I'm gonna call her whenever I feel like it. She gonna come through. She gonna bend over. That's just all it's gonna be. We don't care about them. That's just what it is. Um, Really, the sabotage come from. I'm just gonna speak for myself. It really comes from not healing from our past hurt. She can do one little small thing that is so
There you go.
minor, and we just. And I think women do the same thing too. If we just get mad, we get angry, or we see her loving us, but we don't know what love is, and we just reject it. Like we're like, I don't even want her around, and then we'll run her off, and then we crying for her to come back, like babies, like kids, like I miss you, like come here.
Right.
And when women be like, they're like, why he saying that? I'm like, he actually probably really do miss you. He just ain't healed himself, and he ain't trying to get the problems. She like,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? And cause I know when I do them, I miss you texts and stuff like that. I be serious, but I be hurt. I be like, why did I run this person off? Like, I'm like, why? Like, come back. You know what I'm saying? And
When
then
men love, they love, and man, a lot of times, brother.
I think when people love, they love.
Yeah, we and I speak for men. Uh, we do have feelings, but we'll act so immature as not to show our feelings in a relationship. I don't know why we do that.
Well, that goes
Well,
back
I
to
do know. I do know why we do that, but
you know why we do
we
it.
we shouldn't. When we don't want to be too vulnerable. And a man to sabotage a lot of times they'll let you find stuff on purpose, hoping that you will leave, but because they don't want to just say that they were too scared to move forward in love, they rather you find something in the washing machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They rather you find something on their phone, so you be like, okay, I'm finna go, and they rather blame it on them being promiscuous rather than saying, hey, I let this good woman go
Right.
because I just wasn't ready. And I'm still acting like a child. I'm
Yeah.
still I rather just let this good woman go. I rather she blame it on me being bad than blame it on that I wasn't ready for her goodness.
Hmm.
I
Exactly.
promise you that happens.
I mean, it goes back to the Ralph Tresvant song. I gotta do what I gotta do to break her heart. Because
Oh,
because he
ain't never
wasn't.
heard that one.
Yeah, because I mean, he wasn't ready for it. wasn't ready
That's
to
it.
accept it. But I'm at the stage in my life now
And men to
where
feel guilty about that too.
yeah, oh, it hurts us. It hurts us bad. But I'm at the stage in my life now where I done been there, done that. Like ain't nothing in these streets for
Oh,
me.
dude,
Like I didn't like it's nothing but loneliness. It's nothing but
I
it's
made up
it's,
my
it's a whole
mind.
lot of nothing.
Ain't going nowhere. We ain't doing all that. Ain't nothing out here in these streets but headaches and death. I'm cool. Have a dispute. Let's get something to eat and chill out.
Yeah, like
Forget all that.
I can have sex 3-4 times a day right now if I wanted to, with three, 4 different women. But no home cooked meals. Like nobody go to the movies with. Nobody sit on the couch and watch TV with. Nobody for me to read over these movie scripts with, and they give me feedback. Nobody for me to just like,
Yeah, something nobody for
uh,
me to go look. Here y'all go. I'm gonna give y'all this one for free. If you can't walk with this person at Walmart after church on Sunday, hand in hand,
yeah,
they ain't the one. Tell them to meet you at Super Walmart, Big Walmart, and y'all gonna hold hands in Walmart because you gonna run into somebody. Them busy times in Walmart. So when you getting out of that prison, and I got statistics. I wish I had them here. I'm gonna present them one day. When you're in a meaningful relationship, that enhances your life and decreases depression, therefore enhancing the time you're on this planet. It contributes to longevity. Being in a meaningful relationship. Not all the time. Most time, married people just live longer.
It goes back to when one spouse died. Normally, the like if the male dies first,
That'd
then
be
the
so sad, man. I've seen that a lot of times. Y'all seen that,
they
nurses?
don't.
yeah.
Really? Wow.
You
How do y'all
know,
feel about that when y'all see
I think that's why I still believe in love because
that? Oh,
um they just I can't live without you. Like I work hospice and I seen it like we have one patient that goes one day and then the next week or two the other one's on hospice and they go like they can't live without each other. Like
really?
love is real.
Like
So
you
both of
see
y'all have
that in
seen
the
that.
nursing home a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Like you have the husband. Like I've seen where a husband died on a Monday and the wife died that Wednesday, and they wind up having their funerals together.
Now, Morocco, that's the only thing about marriage. Somebody got to be here after the other one gone. That's something
yeah.
people don't want to think about. Man. That's
I,
true though.
I I never seen marriage. Well, I remember my brother got married, but he wasn't ready. He got 5 kids, 5 baby mamas, and the rest. So,
Oh
but
no.
both of my baby mamas are married. They're married to excellent men, and that was my first time seeing, structure and love and just me understanding it. And I'm in my 30s at this time. I'm like, okay, they married these excellent men. These men love them. They love my children. They accepted them as their own. And I was like, damn, I, I want that. I'm like, but here I got kids by 2 different women, and both of them married. So I'm like, I created instability in my children's lives because daddy's single. All they want when they call me is money. But I'm like, these dudes are really enjoying my children the way that I wanted to enjoy my children. Like, you know, my son's mom don't count because she was a one night stand. I ain't find out about my son she's one night until she was 5 months old. I know you're gonna see this podcast. It is what it is. Me and your husband got a good relationship. It's the past. We got a 12-year-old, so everything is good. I still have a lot of love. You're a great mother. But my daughter's mom, that really hurt me because she was there for me and I was there for her in our darkest times. I remember we were sleeping on the floor together watching Love and Hip Hop when she was pregnant. And I messed that up because I didn't know about mental health and issues, and I didn't know I still had childhood trauma from not having a mother. And now, I see her and her husband, they go on trips, she done had kids since our kid. And I was like, man, that's supposed to have been my life.
Mm.
And then I see my son's mom, and me and her husband have a great relationship. And they just came from New Orleans like a week or so ago, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm like, these are the moments that I should be enjoying. But
Right.
I wasn't mentally ready for that because we would have been divorced and everything else. But now, since I know my faults and I'm out these streets, I'm ready for that now. You know, I don't want to say age is a factor because I know it's a lot of. I was immature. I was mentally immature. On paper, I look real good. College degrees,
That's on
two of
paper,
them.
brother.
I know how to dress. I know how to carry myself. I know how to, I know how to take over a room. Like I know all that. But for being the man I wanted to be, that's where I lacked it. I became the man I saw.
There it
I
is.
did I did what my grandfather did. I did
Right.
what my dad and my uncles did. I did what my big brother did. Even though I knew better, I still did what I saw.
But see, my mom and dad were married for years. But my dad, God rest his soul, and he did the best he could. I love my dad. I always talk about my dad and how much he taught me. The things that I didn't even know he taught me. My dad modeled what a man was supposed to be. But in his attempt to keep me out the street, I work with him all the time in construction. So on that brick job, laying brick, it was a lot of questionable people out there. That's why I learned a lot of bad habits. But it there wasn't. He was trying to keep me safe. But I saw a lot of guys do the wrong thing. But my dad, it said train up a child in the way they should go. They want to depart far from it. I came back to what I knew. So when as men, we got to put enough in the upcoming generation to unwrite and destroy some of these curses, so they won't get passed down. So when I met the one, I was like, "It's the one." Shoot, I'm just 20. I just turned 24. I'm finna turn 23. Just turned 24. I said, well, I knew enough. My dad had taught me enough to know that when you presented with an opportunity, you got to take it then because you never know when it's coming back around.
Right.
So I said that I said even if it goes wrong, I say I tried. And I was told it's better to love and lose than never to love at all. I don't know if I can completely agree with that one, but yeah, that's the thing. We know we know what went on. We know the hurt, and pain we went through, the ideas and the mind. And man, your mind will play tricks on you, man. You will create scenarios that's not even there out of fear,
Yeah.
out of fear,
Yep.
and we'll pass up a good woman. Pass up a good woman. She working, she making money, she know how to cook, uh, doing everything, and then that fear, that like, well, what about this and what about that, and who she texting and who she on the phone with? She on TikTok, man.
Yeah.
you you working right now, and she on TikTok. That's all it is.
But I've dealt with many women, and they'll be like, I can't deal with you. I'm like, why? Like, I don't feel like I'm on your level. I'm like, that don't matter. Like, I'm here with you. They're like, no, you got degrees and you speak well, and I'm like,
Oh, here we go with that.
yeah. So, and I'm like, I chose you. Like, you didn't
Yeah.
choose me. Like, we kicking it, but that.
What y'all think about that,
And
ladies?
then they run.
Do that matter
They
to
run get a
y'all?
pookie because they comfortable with that.
What y'all think about that, man? About a guy and cause I know y'all don't want nobody that don't have nothing now. You don't want to drop you off and work in your car. I know you.
Man, I've heard that a lot, and then I run into them again. They'll be pregnant by a dude who I'm like, you had me. I was gonna cheat on you, but still, you had a
Oh
good
my
dude.
god.
Like, but
Lady, what y'all think
you
about
got
that?
somebody 20 times worse.
Does that matter? That financial level?
I mean, of course it matters. I mean,
But I will say this to a certain degree. I met the best women in my broken state when I didn't have nothing, especially when I was fresh out of jail and didn't have. And I think that has a lot to do with the mindset I had because I was more thankful. I was grateful for everything that I got, and everybody came into my life. But then when I got financially stable a little bit, and I actually wrote a book about this and didn't even know I was talking about myself. It's called Unlawful Kiss right now on Amazon. And I also have a book called about myself in that book either. So my therapist read it and told me. But
Wow.
I would
What's the
say
name of those books again?
Unlawful Kiss.
It's on
That was
Amazon.
my first book. I wrote that when I was in jail in 2015 in Dallas County, and it got published 2016. And Prostitute My Pain, I wrote that I think 2017 or 2018.
Okay. We can find those on Amazon.
You find those on Amazon,
Okay.
yeah. And Unlawful Kiss is real raunchy and nasty. A lot of women hated it because I explained how a man can cheat and still love his wife. Because basically wrote about my sex stories, but my friends, my married friends' pain. I saw what they was dealing with the cheat, and I
Yeah.
saw how it was hurting them. And
That's why I say God knows best.
yeah. And I said I'm gonna tell women like what men really go through, but all they saw was the cheating. They didn't see the pain that I was writing about.
Pain.
So I was like,
Yeah.
they say men one got a one track mind. Women do too.
I ain't finna get involved with you on that one today. But if you could change anything, Morocco, what would you change about the way all this started in the beginning?
I would say, man, if I could change anything, I would have gotten help in my 20s. Because I come from brokenness. My parents never had parents. My dad and mom lost their mom the same year. My mom was 7, my dad was 8. So my grandfather had many kids, many women. Both of them. So they financially were there for their kids, but they was in the streets. Then I come to find out that my dad's dad never really had parents. So it was just generation to generation.
Just keep going.
Yeah, and my granddad had a juke joint. He was a bootlegger. He was a hard worker too, and I grew up in that juke joint. And so then my dad did the same thing, and then my dad was a drug dealer, so I grew up around violence. I grew up around just a lot of women in and out, in and out, in and out. My brother was a drug dealer. He had many women, and I never wanted that life. I preach to my nephews all the time. I never wanted that life, but I found myself doing it. I'm the first one in my family to go to college. I graduated college.
Well, man, there's some positive stuff there, man. You the first one to go to college.
This stuff. I never once had a party, a dinner, proud of you, congratulations for this side of my family, to let somebody get pregnant and get out of jail. It was a party. And
You said, huh?
but
Is that true?
yeah, no, niggas celebrate the wrong thing.
Can we say that on live?
Yeah, you can say it. But that hurt me, and I remember on my mom's side, my cousin went to college 2 years after me. He 2 years younger than me. I remember my dad at this time. My dad was struggling. He sent me to college, and my cousin went. My mom's side rolled out the red carpet for him. And that hurt me. And I recently told my
Hey, man, I totally
I
get that.
but
Believe me, I get that more than you know.
He pledged Q and got kicked out of school the next year.
Yeah.
But, and I'm the only one out of my cousins, in our age group. I got younger cousins. So I was the only one that had a dad. My other cousin, he didn't have no dad and stuff like that. And I know I was resented a lot because I was the only one that had a dad. But what they didn't know here, I didn't have a mother. Like your sister abandoned her kids.
So what I'm looking at is
all 3 of us.
The brokenness continued on into your experiences as an adult because how it started as a child, which was handed down from a generation before that and before that. So that goes back to those generational curses.
Yeah, man. That's like
So what can we do now to break these curses so our children and our children's children won't go through what we went through? Like, for example, I know a lot of times when kids go to college, a lot of parents be like, you're on your own, bag, get out of my face. But I know a lot of other populations and cultures and stuff, they make sure their kids good all the way through college. And that's something I wanted to do with my own children to make sure, hey, I want you're not dependent on me totally anymore, and you're not all the way independent. You are interdependent. And the thing about that is, and I'm talking about generational curses still, and this prison we put ourselves in, because the child it's not in our house, but still on our dime, we don't allow them to make the decisions that they need to make on their own. And we're like, if you do make a decision and it mess up because you didn't listen to me, I'm done with you. That's something I've had to battle with. I say, no, I'm not gonna do that because I have made some bad decisions before, and somebody had to come hold my hand. They taught me about myself. Like my dad, he tell you, said, "Now, boy, let me tell you something. It's messed up. Blah 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 blah." He'll talk for about a couple hours, and then he said, "I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you this time, but next time you on your own." So I feel like us as African Americans, we have to do better about making sure our children have 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 that foundation when they leave the house, and so we won't continue this brokenness. So we won't continue to be in the same position. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know,
Especially with our sons. I'm finna let you say what you gotta say. But especially with our sons, I don't want my sons to go through the things I went through. So I'm gonna teach them better. They're gonna make their own decisions, but I'm gonna teach them.
I was telling my dad that like I'm happy that my kids are not with me, that I'm not raising my because they have structure.
You really feel like that?
They have structure.
Okay.
They have structure. Now, does it hurt? Like I'm going to Dallas this weekend to film, and I'm going to see my kids and stuff like that. But I couldn't provide for them what they have. You know, they got a mom, they got a dad in the house, and I wasn't mentally ready for that. And I remember when my daughter's mom got pregnant, and I didn't want kids because I knew I didn't know, but I knew that I wasn't ready to be a dad. Like I didn't. I think I had like 17 abortions, and when my daughter's mom got pregnant, she was like, "I'm keeping it." I was 29, she was 29, and it was a joy when I held my daughter at the hospital, and I instantly felt the need to provide, protect, and love. I never knew what
Yeah.
love was until I
Tell
held
me
my
about it.
daughter.
Tell me about it.
I never, and I tell dudes all the time, if you when you hold your daughter, if you don't, a feeling don't come over you, you are a piece of crap of a person. So then I instantly went into, okay, me and you gonna be together. We're gonna make this work, this and that. And it didn't work out that way because me and her, we didn't have no love. We didn't have no foundation. We just like, okay, I'm pregnant. I done had this child. Let's be together. And I realized, it don't work that way. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. And, you know, she was always accusing me of cheating and stuff. And this time I really wasn't cheating. And it was just, it was it was just my brokenness. Like we get along good now.
So let me ask you this, Marco. What you doing to work on the brokenness? 'Cause, we talk. All of us got some brokenness we need to work on. If you human, you be on this planet more than one day.
I do my counseling once a week, man, and I talk to my friends a lot, but it's an everyday struggle. Even with going to the gym, which I'm gonna go to the gym after I leave here. After I leave the gym, it's still the same thing. And I still
But
find
that's
my
what that's so for me. That was spirituality come in because
yeah.
we got men. We got some problems, ladies. We'll let y'all know that it's not all y'all all the time. It's not. It's just men. We got problems, and we so macho. We don't want to tell y'all because we don't want to look weak.
Mhm.
We want to be perceived as strong all the time. And then here's another thing, Morocco. A lot of times, and I'm telling you, when you meet the one, she gonna match your energy, and that's gonna can be perceived as a problem sometimes because she not gonna fall back because she gonna be in there with you, and you gonna be like, "Lady, fall back. I got this," and she not doing it.
Yeah,
That's how
but
you gonna know.
but you know what?
Right?
I
Because she
know.
gonna tell you if something happened to you, I gotta be able to hold it down, so I can't be weak.
Mhm. But and that's what I want. Like I'm a type of person like most dudes. Most men, because it's a lot of betas out there. But for us, as far as us alpha dudes and stuff like that, we gotta have a woman that's gonna like, baby, I got this. Baby, do it this way. Like I know I need that because I can go off the deep end and be like, I'm gonna do this and do that. But her role is to come in. Nah, this is how we gonna do it. I'm gonna show you a better way how to do it because women are better thinkers than men.
And I want to say this: these guys, I know y'all like these nurses because they make money, but let me tell you something.
They're the biggest freaks.
No, I ain't gonna say
nurses.
that, but a lot of nurses they strong will. They strong will.
Oh, you a nurse?
Nurses are strong will, and they strong people. and they have to be very assertive at their position and what they do.
We are bossy.
I don't want to say that, but you said it. I did.
I'm
Very.
very bossy.
I mean, but we have to be bossy. I mean,
Nurses are the biggest cheaters.
Not all. It's a lot of women. I put it like this: nurses got they got the money to do it. A lot of women doing it, but
What's the money? What the money?
Okay, now.
look, that's another story, right?
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
we don't think we're making money. We yeah.
I didn't dated a lot of nurses, black and white. A lot of them was married. You need to be a lot of your coworkers don't be cheating. That's just.
She never answered no lie no way because her friends ain't gonna talk to her no more.
All y'all talking work now. Come on,
No,
man.
I really don't. I work night shift, so I don't, I really don't talk to them about what they do.
I don't think it's a nurse. I mean, you kind of
Nurses and
generalize in that.
nurses and AKAs
I think it's a people. Oh man, you
That's-
gonna
that's
hey man.
people.
I will not disclose his address.
Now, this
The
is-
thoughts
This
and
is
views
stuff
of
guys
Morocco
talk about
Steel
all the time.
belong to him and him only, or in no way reflection of the solid truth.
Nurses are the biggest cheaters. It's just something about them scrubs in them hospitals. They just
Well, you think a lot of men come at them because of that? Because they got the
Um,
scrubs on? It's probably.
well, man, you know,
But
it is an attraction.
I think
It is an
that-
attraction.
I think nurses, we know how to care. Like, we are caring people. We know the right things to say. We know we're
So basically, y'all got game.
Yeah, you know, that's true. I'm gonna agree with that.
We know what's gonna make you feel better. It's
what you think about counselors?
Y'all is straight to the point. Like, y'all are cool until it's time to get uncool. Like, y'all listen.
See that's what get a lot of counselors in trouble because to be a natural born counselor, you are automatically a good listener, and when you listen well, you learn what a person's vulnerable points are, and you know how to push those buttons, and you can use it in a perverted way if you want to, and that's the danger of some of us as counselors. Now, some of us have put those ways down. Like I didn't become a counselor after I was married, but if you a real counselor, it probably was an innate quality in you from the very beginning, and that'll get you shot a lot of times and get your tires on flat because you really don't mean what you're saying. You're just good at listening, and a person you giving you all the value system, and you're like, okay, this is what you value, and then you do that, and then that unlocks a lot of things in that person's mind for you. But like I said, going back to nurses and stuff, a lot of guys that date nurses and stuff, which are very caring people. If you married to a nurse, you always gonna hear about your health. You're always under a physical examination all, all the time. But uh, different people, and I want to talk about compatibility. Uh, what that really means in a relationship. I think all people are compatible. You just have to learn to love that person. You have to learn to conversate. Learn when you have a dispute. I remember the old folks used to say, "Don't go to bed angry with each other."
I'm big on it. Like, I am big on that. If me if me and my partner argue today, when we go to bed, it's a dead situation because tomorrow is a new day.
And it's not promised.
It is not promised, so it's like, I don't want our last phone call to be us arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just whatever the disagreement was, let's talk about it. But tomorrow, it's a new day. I'm big on it.
I've heard people that had the last conversation arguing. Like you told me about a lady said a husband told his wife, "You get on my nerves." One of them told her to get on my nerves by the toilet seat, and and then next thing you know, other one was which one is the other one buried the other one,
The husband was burying the wife.
and he would tell her, "You don't get on my nerves anymore." But it was too late. I refuse to live like that. So if you think you're gonna be married, if a person tell you they got a perfect marriage and they never argue, get away from that person because they're a liar and the truth ain't in them. But here's what a perfect marriage means to me: you got two incomplete people, two imperfect people that have decided to love each other in spite of. We our love is perfect. Our marriage is not perfect, but our love is perfect. So Morocco, man, I'm telling my guys out there, fellas, it's some good women out here, but we're gonna have to learn how to forgive. We're gonna have to say, hey, uh, whatever's going on then, this is not the woman I have now, and really be to each other and build. When you build, like I said, I do construction. Uh, I used to before I got my degrees and stuff. When you building something, you have to build a foundation. When you building something, you got to move the dirt out. I said that on purpose. You got to move the old dirt out and get a solid foundation put in. Then you can build. You got to build that foundation. And in-laws are not a part of that foundation, Lord have mercy. They're not. And in-laws will become outlaws. And you will become a bounty hunter. And you know what bounty hunters do with outlaws? Dead or alive. So
I was about
yeah, build getting out of that prison in your mind. That men that we have put ourselves in because the older generation told us to be players. Man, it take time to get out of that. You gotta. And ain't no sense to get mad at the old folk for telling us this, but man, it take time. It take effort. It take work. It take working on yourself,
yeah.
and it takes delete these numbers and delete getting the people out your life. I remember when I got ready to, when I got serious, it's like I got phone calls from every last one of them. They even found, they even called the apartment number, the house. One person did. And I was like, oh no, we can't. So we didn't have a house phone anymore. Just did cell phone. So now I know how. We've been married so long, I don't have a problem anymore. But being in that prison, it ain't no fun.
No, it's not. And then it's not. Social media has ruined
Oh,
a lot with this generation.
you think the inbox is the blue people here to think it's real love in the inbox? It's not.
Yeah, and I've seen many girls talk about so many people. I'm like, girl, he just want to have sex with you. He don't like.
They go that skinny privilege again, huh?
I'm like, don't let that go to your head. Like, but hey, man,
That inbox is blowing up, huh?
And the thing about social media, it's easy access. Like, I saw a guy at the line stop one day. I got to get off the school. Like, 5 minutes later, he found me on Facebook. I'm like, how did you? It's kind of scary. Like,
Ain't no
this is
kinda.
easy.
It's
Easy
scary.
access. And he was like, well, I've been your Facebook friend, but like, you kind of was different. But I thought that was you, so you've been friends with you. And I decided to inbox. I'm like, it's just easy access.
Take it slow, bro. Like a couple of posts first, and then let's build up.
It don't like all of it one day.
Oh man, say that again.
It don't like all the posting one day.
Oh my god.
Oh, the pictures.
Well, the thing about
Why do people do that? They go like all your pictures. What you say, Barack?
Well,
years ago.
okay, this was the picture like it is.
Oh
I've done
Lord.
it, and they like
Explain it to me.
It's getting your attention, and then it's a waiting game to see who will inbox you first.
You see, I didn't know that. I've been at the game so long, so that's what that's about.
Yeah.
So I gotta take that back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
It
like,
have been some
we gonna
incidents
see who
then.
gonna- like most of the time when you go like a girl pics, a girl like a guy pics, so we gonna return the favor. We gonna go like stuff too. That's flirt.
I done lost all.
That's
I don't know
flirt.
nothing about
So-
the streets no
so
more.
now it goes into okay, who gonna inbox who first? But social media, I ain't gonna say it's made it easy because it's really not. Because when you meet somebody in person, a lot of people don't know how to interact.
Yeah.
I'm looking like that, sister, because that has happened, and I didn't know what was going on. Why you liking all my pictures all of a sudden like that? I'm talking about pictures from last year. So that's a calling card. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
It's like what you just said. He saw you, he was attracted to you. He knew y'all was Facebook friends. He knew your name because he went and found you that quick. But he done got so used to just meeting girls on Facebook. When he saw you in person, he didn't know how to approach. He didn't know how to just keep it simple. Hey, how you doing? You look nice. I would like to get to know you. It's real simple. It ain't hard.
Wow. Did he talk to you at the store?
He did. He's like, oh, I just saw you last time.
He didn't talk to you at the store. That's
Because
weird.
Facebook is made. He's comfortable doing it on social media. A lot of guys.
Let me ask you this. You know if I'm gonna go here. Okay. At what point in your journey was this? Was it he
No,
knew you
it was
before
like
the journey or after
No,
the?
it was after. That was like August.
I'm talking when he first knew you. Was it before the journey?
I don't know how long it was on Facebook. So I probably was before the journey. Like, 'cause I lost a lot of weight. So he really
he wasn't inboxing you before, stay out the inbox now. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
I mean, Snapchat. So, like, my generation, I'm 31, so, like, we're kind of big on Snap. It's kind of like Snapchat is the place, we more into that than Facebook. So I like Facebook, though. I like Facebook better than Snapchat. You can interact with them and it disappears.
Well, Snapchat is for the that's mostly for the male and the female people that's in relationships. Because there ain't no screenshots. If you do it,
Yeah,
see
it's not tracking.
the message disappears. So Snapchat is more for sneaky people. And I'm on Snapchat, but it's more like it's sneaky.
Yeah.
Facebook is more like it is what it is. And Instagram is like, hey, I dig you, you dig me, we can go from there. And when I start getting messages on Snap, I'm like, we Facebook friends too. So that instantly throws up a red flag. Nah, she in these streets hard. You don't want nobody to know.
No.
She in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have inboxed me on Facebook, So, but you don't want nobody to see the messages or what I'm saying, something like that.
I have concluded that I have gotten old because I don't know.
How old are you, man?
Man, I'm 45. But I ain't gonna say I'm old. I'm just gonna say that I'm out the streets, and I know all the tricks of the trade. But you surprised me with that one. I didn't know. I thought it was just weird, liking all the pictures like that. That kind of messed me up a little bit there, bro. I'm like, what's going on here?
Just sit down and go back and look at stuff from 2 years ago.
Well, look, let me tell you something. They got no response, and you won't. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, a lot of times, like for me, I can see a picture she just posted. I click on it, like it. Then I see 10 more she looking good on. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like all 10. But that doesn't mean it's a physical attraction. But that doesn't mean I want to flirt with them like that.
Well, man, most of the stuff I like now is gonna be food.
Now, when she started going to liking stuff back, and that's usually what happens. If she interested, she's gonna like something back, and then, like I said, it's a waiting game.
So that's what that's about.
Yeah. But see, in your case, you married. Everybody know you married. You put it out there. She wanted to get with Big Bill.
So did you just say women don't care about that? Out of married?
No, they don't care.
I'm a Wonder Woman, man. Seeing you reminds me of.
I mean, but the thing about it, this been going on forever. Like, women don't care. Women have always been proud side chicks. And a lot of times, women won't. When a woman starts putting out what her man do for her and how happy she is, these single women want that same happiness. Or they want to destroy your
You know
happiness.
what? That's why you can't even send flowers to your wife's job, man.
What?
You can't send flowers to your wife's job without it being like, bruh.
Well, hey, once we get off this podcast, I'm gonna tell you a situation that happened about me surprising a girl at her job. I'll tell you right now. We can stay on the podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
So I went to this girl's job. This was last year. I got her some tights and a bear and probably some candy. I took it to her job.
What kind of job was this? A store, bank, or what?
That's irrelevant.
Oh, okay.
That's irrelevant. So anyway, the girl at the front counter at her job.
Okay, there's a counter.
She was looking at me. You ain't gonna get it. So don't even try. She was looking at me. So me and her talking. She's like, "You the dude from Facebook to write the books, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And now I had been in her inbox like 4 years ago. I don't even know. Because, like I said, I had many women. Like, I don't even know this girl. If we didn't have sex, I really don't remember you. You didn't give me nothing to remember you by. So.
You hear that, ladies?
Well, y'all hear it up in front. Hey, the silent truth. This is what we said we're going to do.
I'm like, so she calls the girl from the back. A couple days later, me and her talking. She's like, "You talking about?" I'm like, who? Who are you talking about? She told me her name. I still didn't know who she was talking about. And she like, the girl at the job. She showed me our messages. So I went back. I said, this.
Hold up.
I said, that was 4 years ago. So.
She showed the messages?
From 4 years ago.
What y'all think about that, lady?
She was jealous.
What was that? Explain. We need an explanation. What was that?
Sound like some haterism there.
And I told her that, and I told her, I said, look, you need to get you. That girl is not your friend. You need to get her from around you.
Oh, I ain't gonna listen to you when you say that.
No,
Then.
I said because I said the treatment I showed you, she's not getting that treatment from a guy. I
Right.
said that she's showing you some messages from years ago that I didn't even remember. Like me and this girl having a conversation, I didn't know who she was. And so I went back. I mean, I
That's
just blocked
cold.
her. And I'm
That's
like,
cold.
and she's still hanging out with this girl. I'm like, I told you this girl is not your friend. Like, she don't even want you to be happy. Ain't nobody bringing her stuff to the job, so why you even hanging out with her? And I was like, I just let it be after that, man, because that's telling me we really probably can't be together no way because that's as a man, that's me protecting you from evil people that's in your life. Protection ain't about if somebody break in the house, I'm gonna shoot them or I'm gonna fight them. I'm protecting you from evil spirits as well. I'm like, this girl showed you something that was nothing.
Yeah.
So man, I can, man, bro, this will be a 6 hour podcast.
Yeah. We getting close to the
I
end
know I got
anyway.
so many stories,
But
man.
I just wanted to end with this, and I thank everybody for coming on today. Uh, this idea in society that more is better all the time. Uh, so we've all made mistakes. We've done things, but we know that we put ourselves in a situation where we don't trust nobody.
I'm gonna trust my
And
family.
then you know what? When we get out, when our children start to date, that'll filter down to our children because we're not gonna trust the person they're with. So that generational curse thing through this that's what I've been trying to get to. There's a generational curse that we have to break. We have to break these stigmas. Uh, we have to learn to trust people. It's hard. Like I said, we talked about that earlier. When you do trust somebody, you open yourself up to hurt. There's no way to hug a person without exposing. You try to hug a person without exposing your vital organs. So, in order to open up and to be embraced by somebody else, you have to open yourself up but do it wisely, not just anybody. Like I said, I got blessed, lucky, whatever you want to call it. I had enough in me to know the woman I found her, and it was just by I say happenstance, but it was by divine intervention. I met the one, and I was like, okay. And we've been through some things that would have torn other couples and marriages apart, but God. And fellas, I hope fellas ain't mad that we exposed a lot of stuff today, but men will sabotage. We will sabotage the one we don't want to be with. But like we said earlier, if y'all been dating 2 or 3 years, I don't know about that one because we know what we want when we find it. When we meet the one, we like, okay, we ain't gonna play no games. And a lot of ladies be like, well, I was doing this, doing that, doing that, doing this. What's so special about her? It just be like
Well, I think it needs to be exposed because I think by exposing it, it will create more men to seek help. It will open women's
that.
eyes,
Yeah,
help
you
men
say that
deal
again.
with,
We need
and
to get some
then
help, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
it'll create more homes and less broken homes. Because man, I'm gonna tell y'all,
Yeah,
a lot of people in Monroe know me. This lifestyle is
for the
lonely.
birds.
It's so many young dudes be like, man, this dude has been with 1,000 women. Yes, I have, and I'm telling you, I regret all of it.
I hope they listen to
I
that
regret.
last part you just said.
I regret every last. You don't want to be 42 and in a prison. A mental prison is way worse than being behind them bars in a jail. So I'm just
Cause you can't have a good time
get
with
it
your lady.
together. If you got somebody good and you know that love you and care for you and y'all can build something together, lock that down. Ain't nothing in these streets but lies, headache, heartbreak. You hide your phone, you sneak and going this and that. That takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to be sneaking and having side chicks and getting your friends to lie for you. I didn't lie for so many of my friends. It's ridiculous. And they wife know I be lying.
Mm.
But I don't even do that no more. I
So
don't
that
even
kind of stuff get you
encourage
shot.
my friends, my married friends' behavior because I want a wife. I want just it's not just having a wife. It's about having that partnership and that togetherness. Like I got your back, you got me back. I mean, you
That's a
got my
beautiful
back,
thing.
and that's what really matters in the end. Like who can I share these moments with? Who can I share these intimate details with? Who can I it's all about trust. Like, can I trust this person with everything? Can I trust her? If I die with this insurance money, is she gonna do right by my children? Is she gonna take care of these bills? And it's a lot to it. Marriage is just more than a sheet of paper. I hear that a lot this generation. Marriage is a sheet of paper because no, you just married the wrong person. You got married for all the wrong reasons. Marriage means a lot because when that person died, you got to go apply for them benefits they had. So it's more than sheet of paper. The side chick ain't get nothing. The wife gonna get
Oh man, we could talk about that another hour.
everything. So
Oh my God.
it's more than a sheet of paper.
Get your paperwork straight. And it's a lot of ladies. It's a silent truth. I'm sorry, but it's a silent truth. Dating these men, he's still married, or there's no paperwork. His mom has all the rights. And if he's not married, when something happened to him in the hospital, and you just his girlfriend, you cannot say anything. The doctor not even gonna talk to you. Am I lying, nurses? Doctor not finna talk to you. You have nothing to say. If his mama wanna pull the plug, that's a wrap. Or if you wanna pull the plug, the mama gonna keep him alive. All the insurance benefits and all that stuff, they go to his mama, his kids. If he got a kid over 18, kid under 18 going to his mama.
Yeah, and only that, what I've seen people die, and I've seen them get remarried, redivorced, stuff like that. And I've seen like everything go to the first wife who he divorced. Like she got to say so on what's going on.
Because she still had the paperwork and nothing had been Oh.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that part.
Everything's still good. I've seen it twice. With just people
Okay, just because she was married to this guy, it was still previous paperwork that was in place for benefits and stuff.
Like all his work benefits and 401k and all that stuff was still in the
That's
first
true.
wife's name.
Oh my God.
And she so I've seen it. She got it all.
And us as African Americans, some of us are some of the world's worst. Get paperwork straight.
Yeah, cause I mean that's just stuff we don't think about. We don't think about death.
We don't think we're finna go no time soon.
And then just for me losing, I think about it a lot. For me losing my brother suddenly, and then me, I'm in stage 4 kidney disease. So I go in May to get on the transplant list. I think about it all the time. I think about when I'm gonna leave my kids and things of that nature because I've seen it in my family. I've seen firsthand how death really destroys people. Like my brother didn't have no paperwork set because he thought he was gonna live forever.
Yeah.
And I seen how family agree on certain things, and then other family members just like they agree in our face, but then they'll take it, and it's man, paperwork is very important. So marriage is not a sheet of paper. Marriage is not just marriage, the will, the trust, everything, man. So y'all get y'all paperwork straight. That's the main thing. And marry somebody you can trust.
So we're gonna go on in because I know people gotta pick up kids, get to work and stuff like that. So thank y'all for tuning in. Silent Truth. We're gonna come back to this male prison we put ourselves in and how to trust in new relationships. What y'all think about that?
Okay, you the counselor. Before we go,
Oh Lord.
How do you counsel men a lot of women?
A lot of men. I do a lot of men.
Okay, so you deal with substance abuse and stuff like that.
I do.
Okay, so let's talk about the men that's because I don't do drugs, I don't drink, most of my friends don't either. So how do you build trust? Take the substance abuse out of it. Let's just talk about like regular men.
Building trust.
And take God out of it. Take the spiritual side out of it. I met you, me and you are members of the same church. Because there's a lot of men that don't go to church. They don't trust the church. So
to build trust with another individual, first of all, you gotta start with yourself. And you got to start learning to do the right thing. And once you start doing the right thing, you'll come into contact with other people that's doing the right thing. So you have to just sit down and just learn how to date yourself. That's it. Go to the movies by yourself. Sit down and eat a dinner by yourself. And don't let nobody say, hey, can I go? You say, no, not right now. Learn. It's almost like you have to treat trusting yourself and building trust as a recovery process. If you break your arm in January, I don't think it's going to be good and just all the way back together in February. Or if you're trying to grow dreads, you're trying to grow the trust, you're not going to grow dreads in 2 months. It's gonna take a while. So you have to actively work at it and get information about it. You have to study it. You have to just be by yourself a little while. Get to know yourself. A lot of men don't even know themselves. We don't know who we are. Get to know ourselves. Get to know who we are. A lot of times we think our favorite something similar is our favorite color. I didn't even know what my favorite color was until I got grown. You know, I found out I like several different colors. I know I like black, but I wore black all on the block all the time. I really like red and light colors. Didn't know that until I lost that weight and started wearing. I didn't know I like big belt buckles. I always thought they were old manish, but until I could actually see my stomach and see my waistline, then I realized, hey, you know what? I like big belt. So I'm using it as an analogy. We have to get to know ourselves. And the only way to do that is to kind of remove all the distractions so you can build up who you are. And then once you get who you are built up, then you can build trust for other people. And here's another thing: you gotta trust a snake to be a snake. That's number one.
Exactly.
If a snake is a snake, trust that snake to be a snake and leave it where it is. Don't expect nothing. And then when you don't get nothing, you're not disappointed. So before you can trust another person, you gotta be well. A lot of times, and we got some professionals here. If I work for AMR, right, and my reel is broken, my arm broken, I'm barely making it, how I'm gonna come to somebody else rescue? All I'm gonna do is drop them and hurt them worse. If I'm still broken and still messed up, I can't even trust my own self. My blood pressure up and down, and I need to be on the ventilator. I need to be laying down. I need recovery myself. How am I going to respond to somebody else that's in need? I can't. I have to get better first. You see what I'm saying? So to build trust with another person, first we have to build trust with ourselves and get better. Then we can build trust with another person. Because taking on somebody else's mess on top of my mess ain't gonna make nothing but a bigger mess.
You know what? I agree with everything you said. And as far as stress factor, you know, us men, no matter what we done been through, we sabotage a lot of stuff.
Yep.
But we know when we got good people around us.
It don't even
And
be the woman's fault.
yeah,
It don't even be her fault.
I mean, and that's just not dealing with a woman. That can be like your friends, your circle. Like we know who we can trust certain information with. We know who we can call at 3 a.m. if we need something. We know if it's a problem or issue. We know who's gonna be the first one to jump up. Like, bro, I got you. Like we all know. We just gotta everything that you said. I agree with, man. We gotta work on ourselves, and it's like I'm telling you, fellas, ladies, I've been dealing with it since September 2023. And my counselor told me something. She said I can't fix 40 years of trauma in a 3 months.
No.
And I agree with that. And I look forward to my counseling sessions every Monday. I look forward to my Zoom sessions because for me, it's just a place to vent and to get professional help. My counselor asked me something. She said, Morocco, if you can write a book about your life, what would it be? And I thought and thought, and I said, I decide my vibe,
Mm.
which I haven't started writing it yet. I need to write it, but because everything begins and ends with me, I set the tone for my day. I set the tone for how things are going to be in my life. I can only control my life. I can't control the life of my mate, my kids, my family, nobody. I can only control what I do.
And this goes back to not caring what other people think, except for the people that pay bills in your house.
Yep.
Don't worry about nobody else think. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good one, and glad everybody came by.